Welcome to the Texas Grassroots Alliance TGA live stream. I'm Alexander Montalvo here with Neil Aquino. Neil, how are you doing today?
All is good. Hello, Alex. Hello, people across our great state and beyond.
Well, this is a big day celebration, Juneteenth. A lot of celebrations were done over the weekend. Uh, TGA members got to go to Galveston, Texas, and I know other TGA members were in Dallas and other parts of the state celebrating Juneteenth over the weekend. We're going to do a spotlight on Galveston, Texas, in a future TGA Progressive News show. But today is the day. Today is Juneteenth, and a lot of folks are celebrating their new federal holiday, spending time at home with family. What are some of the things you've seen in Houston, Neil, with Juneteenth?
Congressman Al Green put forth a resolution to recall the former late state representative Al Edwards, who was at the forefront of recognizing Juneteenth in Texas. That's an important. There were Juneteenth parades over the weekend. The county attorney, Christian Menifee, talked about a tour he took in historically black areas of town, and then just a general recognition by rank and file Houstonians of the importance of the day and something that we're so close to, just 50 or 60 miles up the road from Galveston.
Well, one thing that we do want to share for folks is that if they are ever in Galveston, there's a particular space that we encourage everyone to visit, which is the NIA Cultural Center. So I'm going to share my screen so folks can see the website of the NIA Cultural Center. This is in Galveston, a place to visit to learn about the history in Galveston and learn about the history of Juneteenth. It's an amazing organization and amazing people coming together to build that capacity to share the history and stories of Galveston, which unfortunately, even though Juneteenth originates out of Galveston, Texas, a lot of it gets missed in the narrative statewide and nationally. And one of our most amazing organizers that we lost earlier this year, about 49 days ago, Roxy Williamson, who founded Givers, the Givers organization for voter education in Galveston and throughout the state. She was a huge champion and advocate for people learning about the history of Juneteenth from Galveston, from the Galveston perspective, and being informed and being connected to the NIA Cultural Center. So if you go to Galveston, visit the NIA Cultural Center. You will not be sad for stopping by. You will be overwhelmed with the amazing work they're doing.
So yes, Galveston is that sounds like a great location, and there's a ton of history in Galveston. I know Roxy was cognizant the first black heavyweight champion of the world, Jack Johnson, from Galveston. Just a whole interesting history there, and it was great that we knew Roxy who was part of recognizing and making that history.
Absolutely. So, Neil, we've got a few things that we want to share with folks today that are around the TGA, the Texas Grassroots Alliance, the work that's being done by grassroots organizers across the state, and how the Texas Grassroots Alliance is continuing to try to help build those relationships, to create those communications, those pathways for communications and collaborations, and to maximize our strengths. Right. So I'm going to share with everyone the first thing that we have coming up is the third part of the fundraising training series with Haley Bash, the founder and executive director, co-founder and executive director of the Donor Organizer Hub. We've had two amazing sessions with organizers and Haley talking about fundraising, how to navigate it, what are some of the approaches that people can take. And tomorrow, June 20th at 3 p.m. Central Time. We will have our final part of this training series, but don't worry, we're going to continue to do work with Haley throughout this year and years to come. So excited about it. Neil, what's been your experience with this fundraising training series?
Right. I've taken part in the first two. I'll be on the third tomorrow. It's been well worth the time invested. And Haley has just a lot of insights that touch both on you personally as the organizer seeking money, and then the technical aspect and the ins and outs of it. So she approaches it holistically and is a benefit and worth the time. So sign on to that tomorrow, and then look for the ongoing collaborations, or seek her out yourself. She's looking to do business and do good and do well.
And we have a registration page for everyone to be able to register for this training. And we want to highlight that this third training will be about recruiting new donors and creating a donor engagement ladder. Yeah. And so something that we think is going to be hugely important for organizers. Session 1 was around money history, who benefits from social justice leaders feeling weird about money. Session 2 was different fundraising streams, identify options for your efforts. And session 3 tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time will be recruiting new donors, donor engagement ladder. So the registration link has been shared in the chat on the platforms that folks are on. So definitely check that out.
Okay, great. Please do.
Now we have another item that we want to promote that TGA has developed, which is our Friday happy hour show that is titled TGA Grassroots Strong. So I'm going to share our little promotional video for it, a little 7-second video. So let's see, let me pull that up for everyone. Actually, I just had a user error, so forgive me on that. That's live television, right, Neil?
That's. Here we go. Do it.
All right, that is We Can Have the Resources with Haley Bash for TGA Grassroots Strong. We're really excited about this program. The TGA Grassroots Strong is once again a Friday happy hour show where organizers can come together to learn about different work happening from different leaders from throughout Texas and throughout the country. Haley will be joining us from California, and that's where her home base is, and the work that she's doing for progressive organizing and progressive fundraising throughout the country. And so the TGA Grassroots Strong is a great opportunity for you to be able to get connected with amazing thought leaders, amazing people doing great work to help build the infrastructure of what we're trying to do. And the title of this week's show is We Can Have the Resources.
That's right.
Neil, what's your thoughts about the TGA Grassroots Strong episode?
Right. So this is a show put on by TGA members, and it's about resources. It's modeled on a similar lunch happy hour event in Virginia, and we've gotten guidance from them. And it's going to be a continuous weekly TGA resource to highlight our organizers and to make a clear pitch for resources, to inform people, and is an integral part of strengthening Grassroots Network.
Yeah, so once again, you can register for this as well. So let's put the registration link in for everyone so that they can register for the TGA Grassroots Strong. Our goal is to have this weekly Friday show at 4 p.m. Central Time. End your week with us. Bring something bubbly, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, it doesn't matter. But bring something to relax. Get to learn and hear great conversations with great leaders. And then you can participate after the show in the after chat that usually starts around 4:50 or 5 o'clock, where you can participate and engaging our guests, engaging other grassroots organizers and leaders, and just talking about the work, celebrating what's happened during the week, and really helping us move into the weekend and get ready for the next week's worth of work. So
Great.
the Grassroots Strong program is something that we're really, really excited about.
Perfect. Yep. Indeed we are.
All right. This takes us to our final thing that we want to share with everyone, which is June 29th. In 10 days, we will have the Mass Poor Peoples and Low Wage Workers Assembly and Moral March on Washington, D.C. and to the polls, 10 a.m. June 29th. This is going to be a really exciting effort that the National Poor People's Campaign is organizing with all its state chapters. And the Texas Grassroots Alliance has been a key component in helping develop and cultivate the Texas Poor People's Campaign effort here. There's been Texas Grassroots Alliance members participating in the coordinating committee, helping with phone banking, helping with fundraising. And right now, the Texas Poor People's Campaign is fundraising to get people to DC. We're going to have a number of folks going to DC to be a part of this march, to participate. And so we want folks to be plugged in on this amazing work that is being done by the Poor People's Campaign. If you're not in DC, definitely make sure you are online for June 29th so you can see folks from all across the country coming together for this movement.
Yeah, that's been a great TGA collaboration. It extends our reach beyond state lines. Reverend Barber did such brave work in North Carolina against their far right legislature. He's continuing that work, and I'm glad we're on board with it.
And the last part we want to share, well, not the last part here. We're going to share a couple of things here, but one thing we do want to share is that you can donate to the Poor People's Campaign and Texas folks getting to DC for June 29th. You can scan that QR code. You can help support the cause. This is a fusion movement of activists, organizers, faith leaders, and impacted folks throughout Texas coming together with other folks across the country to demand that we end poverty in America. Poverty is the fourth leading cause of death in our country, and we are choosing poverty in America. We have the resources, just like Haley talks about, we have the resources for organizing. We have the resources in our country to end poverty. And so this is going to be an important effort to get people there. So definitely donate if you can to the Poor People's Campaign to be able to make that a reality for folks to be there. And lastly, we want to share this link with folks of Reverend Barber on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and to check out his interview where he talks about his book, White Poverty, and talks about the impact that is impacting all races, all ethnicities, all communities. One thing that he says in this interview, Neil, is that there is no county in our country where you can make a minimum wage and afford a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, I believe that. Believe that.
So we definitely want folks to check out the Daily Show interview with Reverend Barber. It's a great opportunity to learn about the work that the Poor People's Campaign is doing and the March for June 29th.
That's great. There's going to be a lot of TGA efforts through the summer. We're not pausing the content. There's other content on the way as well that we haven't talked about, and we are ready to help set the table for what's going to be a wild fall and election season. And we're going to continue these efforts and our organizing through the hot summer months.
Yeah, it's going to be I don't know how hot it's going to be in DC, Neil, but I know folks are thankful it's going to be in DC versus in Texas. It can still be hot, but I'd be willing to take that gamble.
Well, it's my cousin in Vermont told me this morning that she's looking at a heat index of 105. So you never know anymore.
Oof, yeah, you do not know anymore. Lastly, if folks want to donate to the Texas Grassroots Alliance, you can click the QR code here. Help spread the love for Texas Grassroots Alliance members and the organizers and organizations that are doing the hard work on the front lines, doing the work in the communities, building these type of collaborations where we're helping build skills, build leadership, build relationships, and building collaborations. And so donate to the Texas Grassroots Alliance, and your support will be so much to the work that's happening in Texas.
Great. Yep. Please do.
Right.
And donate to the Houston Democracy Project, or visit the Houston Democracy Project at HoustonDemocracyProject.com. We're seeking to organize, strengthen, inspire, lead, follow pro-democracy coalitions in Houston and Harris County.
Absolutely. Well, Neil, that's our live stream for today.
Perfect.
3 major things that TGA members are working on, 2 happening this week. Tomorrow, the last of the fundraising training series with Haley Bash. But then Haley will be joining us Friday for the TGA Grassroots Strong to reflect on this training series and to talk about we can have the resources in our work and how we go about doing that. And then the June 29th Poor People's Campaign March. So busy rest of the month. Happy Juneteenth to everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.